Alright, so we got a new project, and what it is a zx10r engine that has knocking on cylinder 4, either 1 or 4. I forgot how Kawasaki does it. Either this is 1, this is 4, or this is 1 and this is 4. I don't remember which one's which, but I'm gonna call this 4. So cylinder 4 is supposedly knocking under compression. So whenever there's no compression and you run it, it sounds fine. All 3 of these are fine on that. The second you start getting compression, so put a compression tester in there or spark plug, customer said it starts knocking, like a knocking noise. He brought it to me with the case already split. Took a look at the main bearings look okay. Took a look at the rod bearings are fine. This is the piston he said that was making the knocking noise, which is cylinder 4 or 1, whichever one it is. So we're gonna pull the valve cover, or not valve cover, the valve cover is already off, but we're gonna pull the cams out. We're gonna pull timing chain, and then pull the head, and then when we pull that head, then we can look at the valves, and then also look at the actual pistons, and then we're gonna pull all 4 pistons out and check the wrist pins to see how how much wear they have. These 3 should be fine. This one I'm hoping to see something on that wrist pin and not the cylinder wore out is what I'm hoping. Because if the wrist pins just wore out, super easy fix, nothing crazy, as long as the cylinder isn't messed up. He did say all 4 pistons, or all 4 cylinders were low on compression. Whenever he did the compression test, I have not done one just because he brought it to me in this condition. So what the plan is to kind of do just like a blind diagnostics and see what we can kind of get to. I have noticed that someone has been inside of this before, or at least to do either cams or something. I haven't noticed the head bolts look unfazed, like not touched or anything. I mean, they look fine. Not like somebody's been in there before, but they could have replaced them. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. So what we're gonna start pulling these off. I don't have my glasses, so it's gonna be kind of like just parts and cuts. I went ahead and broke these 3 or 4 loose. Those are loose, and then what I gotta do, I gotta get these. I don't think anything can work out on there. So we're gonna probably I went ahead and grabbed my little thingy right here to get her out. Hopefully that'll fit on there. Maybe not, we shall see. But I'll go ahead and break all these loose, and then when I get to that, then we'll be good to go, and we're gonna start tearing it down. Thought I'd show it real quick, but I got her out, so I had to use a little extractor. So yay. I have noticed that this top right one was bent. When you're pulling out, it's a little wobbly. You can kind of see it's a little bent. So yay, boy, we're getting there slowly. It ain't coming off. Pretty things on there. Alright, so I got the cams out. They were currently sitting over there. And then the head studs, I had to break out a little bit of ingenuity. My fitting the actual coupler part was bad, so I just took it loose and put it back on here. Needed that and our good old air compressor over there to get this thing done. But yeah, so needed that right there to get it done. Don't mind the mess, been a little busy. But now what we have to do is take these 2 screws out right here, or bolts, whatever you can call them, and this head should fall off. Alright, so pulled it off. What I noticed that there's RTV in this head gasket right here. Why the camera looks like that, I don't know, but you see there's RTV in these cooling passages right here. Someone has definitely been in this engine, obviously, and this is the head gasket. The head gasket is RTV to the head. I can't even get the thing off. Have to pry it off. But also, one thing, there we go. Get this head gasket off. because it's toast. Now, why somebody would put RTV on a head gasket, I have no clue. But yeah, that cooling, you know, this thing just looks wrong too. Look at that. Anyways, we can toss that bad boy right there because that's not even really the main concern. So if you look at it, you know, everything, somebody who's been in this thing has done something with it, and I'm about to show you what it is. But so this is cylinder, it's be cylinder 1 right here. Cylinder 1, looks pretty doable. You know, looks all right. Nothing crazy, nothing alarming. Cylinder 2, cylinder 3, right there, and then cylinder 4 over by timing. See that right there? A little bit of something right there in the top, right about right up here. And then the valves look pretty okay, and then all of that. But now I got this thing flipped. So this is cylinder 1. Cylinder 1 looks pretty good. Walls look pretty clean. You know, there's a little bit scraping over there. Nothing, not really great, but you can't get your finger on it. Now that little piece right there might just be a hair. Yeah, it's just a hair. Cylinder 2, you know, cylinder 2 looks pretty good. Nothing really crazy. The sidewalls look, I mean, they look all right. Cylinder 3, pretty good. See, everything looks pretty good. Cylinder 4, I think I found the problem. Either a nut, bolt, spark plug end, something has came off. Actually, no, that's a valve. You can see it outlined right there. So a valve probably dropped, which can't really tell which one because they probably replaced them. But yeah, so I'm sorry, is that a hole right there? No, I think that's good. Yeah, not that was a hole. I mean, it is a hole, but it's not, you know, not a hole that was from this thing, I don't believe. I'm gonna pull this piston out and look at it. But yep, so something was in here bouncing around. And then the sidewalls, I'm not even sure this thing's even worth fixing. Yeah, the sidewalls are not, I mean, they're not scored, but you definitely feel wear. Oh, right there. I can catch my finger right there. Yes, a dent in the sidewall right there. I'm sure you can kind of see it. Right there. That's a dent. Yep. Well, so let me run this by the customer and see what he would like to do, because that's got to be replaced, and the cylinder may be worth honing out, but I'm not sure because that right there on the very end is hit. And then obviously the sidewalls I can catch my fingernail on. It doesn't look nothing crazy, but yeah, that piston's definitely got to be replaced. But also, this thing's gonna need a deep cleaning and also new head gasket, a whole bunch of new bolts, but also a good cleaning because these coolant passages now have RTV in them. So yeah, yep. Let's see what the customer says, and we will have a part 2 or 3 or 0. We don't really know yet, so let's see what the customer says.